What happens when you compare a superpower that spans from the Atlantic to the Pacific against an ancient civilization with 2,500 years of imperial history? Welcome back to Coconut Tube. Today, we aren't just looking at skylines or tourist spots. We are diving deep into a geopolitical heavyweight fight. On one side, we have the United States of America, the land of Wall Street and F-35. On the other, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the land of priests, police and precision missiles. We are comparing military power and economic might. But don't worry, we are still Coconut Tube. So we will take you on a tour of the theaters and landmarks that makes this nation state. Let's go into it. First, the United States. We are talking about a country so vast, it has almost every climate on earth. If you visit the US, you have to see the contrast. From the concrete jungles of New York City, where the skyscrapers tie the clouds, to the political power in Washington DC. But it's not all cities. You have natural wonders like the Grand Canyon and entertainment capitals like Los Angeles. It's a melting pot. Now, let's fly over to Iran, officially the Islamic Republic of Iran, but historically known as Persia. This is one of the cradles of civilization. The capital, Tehran, is a bustling metropolis of 15 million people, sitting right at the foot of the Alborz mountains. But if you love history, you go to Isfahan. They say Isfahan is half of the world because of its beautiful Islamic architecture. And of course, the ancient ruins of Persepolis. It's a country with deep roots and a young population. Okay, before we are bringing out the tanks and missiles, we have to look at the people and the money, because you can't have any army without a strong economy to back it up. Let's start with the active duty military personnel. Iran has about 610,000 active troops. That is a significant force, battle-hardened in regional conflicts. But the United States has approximately 1.39 million active duty personnel. That's more than double. But having soldiers is not enough. You need to pay them, feed them, and buy them toys. That's where the budget comes in. And this is where the gap becomes a convoy. Iran spends about 20 billion a year on its military. To us regular folks, that's an insane amount of money. Then you look at the United States. The US defense budget is 895 billion. Let me repeat that, billion with a B. That is more than the next 10 countries combined. The US isn't just playing the game, they are the house. Now this is what you clicked for. Let's line them up side by side based on the intel we have. First up, tanks and armor. Iran has a lot of old Soviet era stuff and some domestic designs. They field about 2,000 plus main battle tankers, respectively, but the US Army has around 4,600 plus tanks. And these are not just any tanks. These are M1 Abrams tanks, probably the deadliest in the world. In the air, attack helicopters, Iran has about 150 plus. They are there. They are functional. The US operates over 5,400 attacks and utility helicopters. You have seen the epic longbow in action. It's a tank killer. Total military aircraft, Iran has about 600 plus military aircraft. America operates over 13,000 plus military aircrafts. And America has a land of F-35 jet and B-2 bomber. But where Iran has been playing chess while everyone plays checkers is in UFC drones. Iran claims to have over 2,000 plus drones. They have become experts in this technology. Their swarm tactics are famous. However, the US has 11,000 plus drones, from the teeny backpack ones to the massive global hawk that can spy on an entire country from the edge of space. Now, let's talk about the big bombs, missiles. Iran has a massive arsenal of 300 ballistic missiles. They are the king of short and medium range missiles. They can hit Israel or US bases in the Gulf easily. The US has 10,000 plus missiles, but they have the crown jewel, ICBMs. It means intercontinental ballistic missiles that can hit anywhere on Earth. And finally, the oceans, naval power. Iran has 6 major surface ships. They rely on small, fast attack craft swarming speedboats. The United States has 69 destroyers, cruisers, and littoral compact ships, and they have 11 nuclear aircraft carriers. A US carrier is basically a floating US Air Force base. But numbers are not everything, right? Look at the last stat. Nuclear warheads. Iran has 0 officially. They are a non-nuclear state. The United States has over 5,200 warheads. That is the ultimate equalizer or deterrent depending on how you look at it. So, if we are just counting tanks and planes, the US wins by a landslide. But war is not fought on paper. Iran has something that US doesn't: location. The sea right on the Strait of Hormuz, through which 20% of the world's oil passes. They have proxy forces all over the Middle East. The United States has the technology and the budget to fight anywhere in the world. Iran has a regional influence and the asymmetric warfare tactics to make any fight in their backyard a nightmare. It is a difference between a bodybuilder and a street fighter. US is a bodybuilder, has a muscle to leave the world. Iran is a street fighter, knows their terrain and has learned to fight with sticks and stones against giants. So, what do you think? If you had to visit one of these incredible countries, would you see the Grand Canyon in New York? Or explore the ancient bazaars of Tehran and the place of Isfahan? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit that bell for more city explosions and country comparisons. See you in the next adventure.